Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Fang, just Fang, back with another this video, and today we're going to be looking at your guys' favorite and least favorite NPCs. Now, this is an extra credits video, and it's basically talking about your favorite NPC, but I thought let's be negative as well. So we're going to be talking about, about both sides of the coin. First up, this was a forum that I announced on my Discord server and on my community post. Check both of them out. The Discord, I'm always active there in VCs and whatnot. And the community post, sometimes I post some cool Pirate101 news stuff. Whenever there's like free membership, I try and post it. But enough of that. Let's go through it. I got 15 responses here. We're just going to go straight through them and see what you guys think. So my response for my favorite NPC was Bonnie Ann. Now, I have the Bonnie Ann plush. I love Bonnie Ann. I love Bonnie Ann's story. I love just Bonnie Ann's attitude, like stock assault. It's so cool because, you know, obviously range character, but, you know, when you get up close and you dodge, boom, you know, stock assault, stock to the face. Very cool. It's just by far the coolest NPC, at least the coolest companion in my opinion. There's you know, this list made me realize there's plenty of cool NPCs as well. And some people did give reasons. I just said she's so cool. And, you know, if you agree, hit that like button, you know. We're going to just go for the favorite first. So that was my favorite. We have the next one is Skinny Pete. And the person said, the way he talks, even when we save the universe, is hilarious and shows he still somewhat dislikes us. He, you know, the bartender from Skull Island, he's a classic character, and I think it's funny. Yeah, we've become such a notorious pirate, but, you know, bro still doesn't even like us that much. So that is kind of funny, but not one of my favorites, but very interesting. Not even one I thought about. This person responded with 3. We have Zadok. He's charmingly senile. I love it when crazy old men give me quests. That's actually crazy. He's one of my favorite early game characters. I think it's a shame that he's not added into more of the early story, at least. Reasoning probably is because Zadok was an expansion, I think, of Blood Shoals. So he didn't really get anywhere to incorporate, but I always find him funny. But he kind of gives me PTSD because that's the free part. So I'm so used to that and being stuck in the free part. But it needs a Jade key, you know? So they also said Captain Steed, so from Valencia. I really love it. It's the first person you talk to in Valencia ever, they said. Talking to Steed with the machine in the background perfectly emulates a feeling of hopelessness and that you are truly the last chance the Spiral has. His dialogue is fun too, and I think he has a strong character design. This person is way more descriptive than me, and I totally feel it, you know. I think it being a kid's game makes me feel a little bit less of that hopelessness because I know, you know, at the end of the day, we're going to win. But it is crazy. The world building is beautiful. And, you know, if it wasn't for the happy ending guaranteed, that would be, oh man, very scary to live in. And last is Mordecai, you know, the Buccaneer trainer. My favorite trainer. He's such a cool guy. I replaced that. And his character design is also so strong. His voice actor is also spectacular. I agree. His voice actor is awesome and fits the character beautifully. And it just represents the Buccaneer class as a whole just very well. Just a strong brute that can beat you up and steal your lunch money. It's so real. Okay, next one is Fool and Cortez. These are both very based. I love both of the characters. Fool is a very interesting character who I want to see as a companion today and know more about 100%. Fool's character is so cool, seeing, you know, it's like, wow, pirate, I didn't think I'd see you here. And then, you know, the other side's like, what are you doing here? Grr, you should be locked up or captured by Deacon or whatever. And he's just got like his voice is a little like a little trickster guy. It's kind of scary, I'm going to be honest with you. But I really like his character, and I think it's one of the most unique ones in Pirate. So, it's very, very good pick. Cortez, of course, Cortez. He is cool, and I think the story arc building up to the Golden Monkey was good. Or the Gold Monkey was good. Yeah, like the Dark Jungle was very cool. I also like his role throughout the rest of the game as well. Yeah, taking over the Monkeyston Monarchy. And I love the part where we go back to him in the throne room to go to Aquila. That's always cool to see how, like, you know, things progress outside of just the character. Very, very cool. I love both of those NPCs. That is a very, very good pick. Next, we got this one's goofy. Eloise Merriweather, you know, the Stitch lady. And without her, we wouldn't have so much drip in the game. That is so real and based. Good job. Let's go on the next one. Next is Blind Mew. This is a funny entry. All it says is he's an icon, that's for sure. I love Blind Mew as a character. I obviously love Blind Mew St. Johnson, you know, the narrative director for Pirate101. A creative genius. The story of Pirate101 is so good, and to see the future of that, you know, it's going to be interesting to see which Sam Johnson pulls, because I know he's not working with a lot, you know, but it's good. He makes a beautiful story, so very, very interesting. Next, we have this is someone Wizhead decided to respond to my Pirate101 forum. Divim Whiteheart. I can't even pronounce that right. That's the guy, the mouse from Chrysalis. And the if so was add Chrysalis to Pirate. This is #1 Chrysalis lover, or whatever, you know, Firestarter 101. Couldn't be more obvious. Thank you, Firestarter, for putting it, and now you've made it into the video, so congratulations. Just a very goofy, but yeah. Okay, next is Jolly Roger and Blind Mew. Now, looks like I like Jolly Roger because he is super convenient to sell to. I probably sold him billions of gold by this point. No questions, no criticism. Just a friendly man with a great mustache and willing to pay me for anything. Pets, mounts, clothes, doesn't matter. That is so real. That's funny. And then Blind Mew. Blind Mew is mysterious and can be helpful. Yeah, I like pondering how he gets around. That is kind of interesting because you see him in Port Regal and, you know, Skull Island and stuff. I always love his quest where you have to give him 1 gold, and like every playthrough I'm like, well, what happens if you don't have a gold? Which I don't know if that's possible to have 0 gold, but I'm sure someone's done it, and that's got to be awkward. But maybe there's like a custom voice line. That'd be really cool. But yeah, 2 good picks. Funny Jolly Roger though. Next is Duck Holiday, Lucky Jack, and Kane. Holiday, he's a really cool and fun character who I feel adds to that part of Cool Ranch very nicely. He's also really fun to use, and I'll try and get him no matter what the class. Yeah, I like all of the Magnificent Seven. I don't really like any of them particularly as much, or like more than the others, but I think they're really cool, and I love Tumbleweed as a Skyway, and the whole like Magnificent Seven and stuff is very cool. So I agree. And then Lucky Jack, he's always been my favorite Presidio companion. Because he feels the most caring and closest to a father figure to the pirate, even amongst the other 4. Hemp's an absolute staple of privateer for me, and part of the reason why it's my favorite class. We love privateer mains. Stormy Sam is a privateer main, you know, my little VTuber guy. And I've heard he's pretty good with privateer. Unfortunately, I have what's his face? Milo Greytail. I have Milo Greytail because me and my brother, he was playing Swashbuckler and I was playing Privateer. So, but then he stopped playing. So that's why I have him. But I have Sergeant Shepard, so the kind of same-ish thing, but not the story implications, unfortunately. And then finally Kane, obviously. Kane's awesome. Excellent villain whose influence is felt throughout the entire game. It's a shame that Valencia Part 2 was rushed in some areas, because we could have seen even more of him in person. Yeah, 100%. Kane is such an interesting character, and, you know, had been alluded to since, you know, Kane's Spymaster Deacon in the tutorial, and finally being able to, you know, see him and stuff was very cool. So very, very cool. Okay, next is funny. They just wrote the Dog Admiral NPC from the Privateer expansion pack thing. So that is Handsome Dan, but the description is just he a cool little doggo. So, you know, that's just it. Just he a cool little doggo. That is so real and so very true, and we love Handsome Dan. Alrighty, next is Squinty. Poor man spent years looking for gold on Captain Gun's island and was robbed of it, then lost another treasure in Cool Ranch to the pirate again. Poor guy. On second thought, maybe he's just an idiot since he didn't find Captain Gun's treasure, even though it's pretty obvious. You would have to go through the gates. That is fair. But I think it is funny that bro is always so close yet so far away from getting that loot. I also think Squinty's just funny because he's like, "Halt! You have to face my crab corralies." So that's pretty silly. But you know, overall, I think he's a funny guy, and he doesn't add the most to the story, but he adds just a little bit where, you know, he's a niche character, but a cool character to like overall. Next, we got we got some interesting ones: Catbeard, Fool, General So's Chicken, and El Toro. That's my best El Toro impression. Catbeard, War Crimes, and you know, that's about it. Oh, and he's funny. That is 100% true. I love like the lawyer little judge thing. We have to get him out and literally save Olaf Marleybone just to get this fool out of the way because he's a goofy guy. Very, very funny. Fool needs no explanation. Again, Fool, I've already talked on it. It's so cool. I genuinely think one of the coolest NPCs. If I didn't put Bonnie in, I would have put Fool, because Fool is very cool. That kind of rhymes, so it must be true. General So's Chicken, they just put Squawk. No explanation needed. That's fair. That's fair. I actually just did General So's dungeon with Kevin. That dungeon's so long. Even with a max, it's so long. My Mushu rant will never end, but I feel like there's so many big dungeons in Mushu, which is fine, but they're back to back to back to back, and now I'm at the Monkey Ball, and I have to collect 10 pollen, and I just keep getting wrecked, and it's just, it's not a great part of, you know, Pirate101. It's not horrible, but it's just, yeah, I don't know. And then finally, El Toro. Great backstory, best songs. El Toro is also up there. I have an El Toro canvas. I think some of you guys have seen it. I'll put a picture on the screen if you haven't. Very, very cool. Love El Toro. Love Bonnie Ann. I love Fool. I love Gortez. I love all these awesome NPCs and likable characters that we have in Pirate. It really shows how many like really cool characters we have and how great the story is. Next one is the Marchiones. Personally not my favorite, but you know, Marchiones teach their own, and the reason why is Slay Queen. So you know what? Never mind, you convinced me. That is so true and so real. Slay Queen. Okay, we're getting almost to the end. Bonnie, this one's crazy. Bonnie Ann again. I put Bonnie Ann as well. And the if so, please add here is Pretty Woman. Okay. Thank you guys. Thanks for that. Finally, this one is one of the submissions of all time. White Master. Now you might be like, well, that's not a companion. That's just wrong, you know? What? Excuse me? No, White Master is Noodles. Maybe I think they go by El Toro on the Pirate Discord and Finn Dorsal on something. I don't know, but they got a companion. There's a picture on the screen right now that is named White Master. It's the Ninja Pig companion. I asked Cookie for it because I thought Cookie had something to do with it. Cookie was at work and said, "Hold up, let me get it for you," and was the goat and got me a screenshot. And I just realized now that Noodles said not to mention it. So it's not Noodles, guys, I swear. In all caps, they sent me. Hold on, I gotta find it. I'm actively doing this. Wait! Do not mention my name. Ignore Cookie. I take it back. I do not need the recognition for that. Well, too bad. You're getting the recognition for it. Shout out Noodle. They were also in the live stream I did with the Frenzy Gamer and all them folks. That was a lot of fun. So very, very fun. Now we are going to change pace and see what you guys hate. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh jeez. Oh golly. Okay, I need to stop. So the one that I submitted, my least favorite, is Wing Chun. This is extremely obvious. He is extremely annoying. Every time on my Musketeer, he's squawking his mouth. I'm like, I wish tutorial tips could be 0. Well, I guess he's not even a tutorial tip. He's just in the story, and he makes me upset every time he speaks. He's just annoying, and maybe that's too mean, but like, on my Musketeer, he is a level 3, and I only trained him to beat the Finn Dorsal fight, and that's it. I should have kept him level 1. I know this is a critical blunder, but I know Wu Tang. I have Wu Tang on Privateer. He's great for Privateer. He's just not really good for Musketeer, and he's also very annoying. So I like Wu Tang, but not Wing Chun. Sorry. Okay. If any of you guys really like the least favorite companions listed, I'm sorry. To each their own. You know, they're all great characters. It's just, you know, you know. Who is your? So the next one is, who is your least favorite NPC? Obviously, the next person said Mew, which, come on, guys, Blind Mew's great. What's wrong with it? And then, if so, why? He looks dumb and sounds dumb, and everything about him is dumb. I think that's foolish and stupid, and you're dumb. Whoever responded to that, I'm sorry. I don't think Mew is dumb, and he doesn't show up like every second like Wing Chun to annoy you. Even if you are annoyed by him, he's not very prevalent in the story. So I don't know. I'm gonna defend Blind Mew. Come on, that's evil. Next is literally everyone on the party barge. That's 100% fair. Their quests are total dog water. They're snooty and spoiled, and they make me fetch them from the furthest corners of Skull Island, ultimately because they don't want to. That's crazy. Utter BS. Fall into the Skyway. Even Avery acknowledges their shenanigans. Yeah, I didn't really care for those quests. I did the first few quests on my Witch Doctor, because I did every side quest on the Witch Doctor. I don't really count the party barge as a side quest, because it feels like you just keep doing it, you know, every single time you play. Like, you have to just keep doing it until you get that badge. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, not a fan at all, so I agree with you on that one. Next is Eagles. He sends us from Aquila all the way to Mushu to get ingredients for a feast and make a song for him, so he will come back to the war. It was so annoying, so I dislike him. Plus, he comes back in Tartarus and is very difficult to fight. Yeah, I was going to mention Shade Eagles. I hate Shade Eagles. Such an annoying person to farm. I remember doing that with Kevin again, and oh man, not fun at all. And yeah, I remember going back to Mushu, and I was like, why are we back in Mushu? Because I didn't really follow the story that well in Aquila, I'm going to be honest, but yeah, it's what a egocentric gobbledygook. So yeah, no, not it, and I agree with you on that one. Next is Bob Carrington, and he gives us false hope of El Dorado. See, these random names, I feel like I end up having to search up. Bob Carrington, of course, it's always a reference. Bob Carrington is, oh yeah, I remember this guy, the pirate's uncle thing. Yeah. So I think this is an interesting one to be your least favorite. I don't really like promote those Presidio companions to max that often. I think I've done it once on my Stormy Sam account. And I don't really remember exactly what he was talking about with El Dorado, but now that we might be going to El Dorado, not the worst thing in the world, but maybe there is a better reason that he's annoying. I almost forgot his storyline, but I just remember there was something to do with uncles, and you know what? That's enough for it to be the worst NPC in the game. Okay. Next, this person put Blind Mew for both entries, so that just for reference, Blind Mew least favorite, and add why here, and then it's he's an icon, or he's such an icon, slay. So obviously kind of a troll least favorite, but you know, I agree. Blind Mew is an icon and a slay, for real. Okay. Next is the Wizhead's submission again. Every NPC in Azteca is their least favorite. If you didn't know, Firestarter absolutely hates Azteca. The only reason I like Azteca is because of is it called Marsh Meadow Swamp? Something like that. You know what I'm talking about, with the crashed Monkeyston ship, because it has a reference to pirate. That's the only reason why. Besides that, Azteca's kind of lame. I like Azteca and Pirate because it's short. Azteca's very long and whiz. But I do like, you know, some of the areas, like the mines were cool. But then you get more mines and more underwater areas, and that gets kind of boring. But you know, Cloudburst Forest was kind of cool. I like some of the Azteca stuff, but you know, Firestarter is gonna be Firestarter. So let's move on. Next is Bjornstein. Yeah, I think so. I love the idea of Grizzleheim, so it was very exciting to see a bear. I was very disappointed I was very disappointed to see the skinny, funny hat wearing, annoying accent having bear on Bestia. What a letdown from Wizard 101 bears. Is this the Russian bear? Is that what I'm thinking? Let me see. No, it's this like random guy. I don't remember. Oh, I do remember him. That is, yeah, that's fair. That is a goofy hot bear. I was thinking of the Russian guy from I guess that's not in Bestia. That's in Valencia Part 2, which that was cool, and I thought that hinted at Polaris. Yeah, that is kind of annoying. So I agree with you on that. Bjornstein, kind of a goof. Okay, this next one they put none. But let me just read it out because then they changed their thing. Can't really think of a companion or NPC that I outright hate, at least in this game. I guess Dr. No, that with his typhoon, he's like a goat guy. I think he does some cool moves though. Like boom, 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 ba, 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 ba. And he has like green flames. I like the look of him. He's just not a good companion, I don't think. He's a bum and the only boss turned to companion that I will not buy in his current state, so maybe they need to buff him. But at least he has the decency to look cool and have a unique playstyle. Yeah. That's what I was saying. And he was in the same pool as Nurse at that Nurse Quinn one. Which means he's on KI's radar. I hope he gets a rework he desperately needs. All right, so basically, can't really think of one. Dr. No, if Broda never gets a rework, but I'd love to see I'd love to see a rework on Dr. No because I love the animations that he gave him, and it's very cool. This person also seems like a whale because they bought every other boss companion. Not pointing fingers, but very, very interesting. Next. This is the same person who said the Dog Admiral NPC from the Privateer expansion pack thing. This one is the Skeleton Witch Doctor that you get in Skull Island. I wonder who they're talking about. Could that be Old Scratch, perhaps? I love Old Scratch. As a character and, as a companion is so good. So that's crazy. But the reasoning is he's a witch doctor, so I guess we got some witch doctor hates. Hey, witch doctor mains in the comments, rise up, okay? We got some hate on your witch doctor kind. Next is Mickey Duggan. Least favorite, of course. I don't think this needs an explanation. I gave an explanation on my video 2 videos ago. So that is a pretty cut and dry case. This is why we don't like Mickey Duggan, of course. And then next is General Tso's Chicken. This is also the person who put General Tso's Chicken as their favorite. And they did not say why. It was their least favorite. So, I'm going to go off this. I don't like General Tso's Chicken. I like it in real life. It's pretty tasty. Don't tell General Tso that. But, I don't like the dungeon at all. It's a cool dungeon. It's just very, very long. I hate going to the side part and then going in and then going into the, ammo room and then doing everything and then blah, 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 blah. Just let me get to that cool fight. So, it's fine, I guess. It's supposed to be a big dungeon. It's even got its own life fountain thing, but I don't know. It's all right. Mid. Okay. Next is Mickey Duggan, and the reason is I can't take his and then a bad word. Just Fang does not swear in his videos. So whoever wrote that, evil. But yeah, again, Mickey Duggan, pretty self-explanatory. People don't like him, so yeah. Okay, and last but not least, which this is so based, Mickey Duggan or Wing Chun, both NPCs that I absolutely despise. Absolutely despise. So that makes sense. It always makes sense. Let's just get some stats right now. We have for best, we have 2 for Bonnie Ann. 1 was yours truly. 2 for Fool. I 100% agree. That would be 3 for Fool if I could have added that. 2 for Blind Mew. Very, very cool. The worst, 3 for Mickey Duggan. That's the least favorite. 2 for Wing Chun and 2 for Blind Mew. It's crazy how Blind Mew got the best and the worst. That's a little confusing. Pop off. But yeah, no, I agree with most of these. Obviously, Blind Mew being at worst, I don't agree with. Blind Mew also being at best, I don't agree with. I think it's a very interesting NPC, but it doesn't deserve the top spot or the bottom spot at all. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you didn't get to fill out this form, let me know. Yeah, because it's interesting. There's a lot of... It made me realize there are so many good NPCs in this game, and it just makes the story feel so great. And having companions as a function is just stellar because, Yeah, it writes the story writes itself because you'll always have like a pack, a crew, a pirate crew with you. So I think it's very cool. And even Wizard, implemented a companion system. Arc 3 maybe. I don't remember when they started, but I'm in Imperia now, and they've been doing it for a while. So they obviously Pirate101 did something right, and this just shows that there's just very cool stuff. So that's gonna be my extra credits video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your opinions in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.